Welcome to this explainer. If you manage complex IT infrastructure, you already know the holy grail isn't just, keeping the lights on. It's actually finding that path to 100% operational efficiency. So today, we're diving into exactly how Operator Plus is completely rewriting the playbook to get us there.
But first, let's address the elephant in the server room. AI's everywhere right now, promising us the moon. But let's be honest, why hasn't it actually improved the life of a troubleshooting engineer? I mean, when you're knee-deep in a crisis at 3 a.m., the reality on the ground rarely matches those glossy AI marketing brochures, right?
And here's why. Operations teams are literally drowning in noise. The cognitive load is just off the charts. We all know that painful swivel chair investigation, frantically hopping across a dozen fragmented tools just to connect the dots. Engineers are basically forced to act as human API bridges, all while the clock is ticking and compliance pressure is mounting.
So how do we actually fix this? Well, here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the core IT Ops challenge, introduce the Operator Plus methodology, look at secure infrastructure integration, dive into real-world troubleshooting, talk about governance, and finally, map out the path to efficiency.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the IT Operations Challenge, specifically focusing on navigating vendor APIs and those massive security risks.
See, the core barrier right now is that AI is heavily developer-focused and really vendor-specific. For an operations team, your vital context is locked behind dozens of proprietary APIs across a massive footprint. And if you try to force AI in by giving it the keys to the kingdom, like God mode privileges across your infrastructure, you create an absolute security nightmare. You just can't surrender control for little AI assistants. It's a total non-starter.
Which brings us to Section 2, introducing Operator Plus, the methodology built explicitly for AI-assisted operations.
Think of Operator Plus as your ultimate force multiplier, and it's driven by a really elegant four-step flow. Step 1, you connect your tools. Step 2, you connect your knowledge, your wikis, runbooks, and vendor docs. Step 3, you get AI insights, where it synthesizes that mountain of data. And Step 4, you act with confidence. It flows logically from raw data right through to human-approved execution. Moving on to Section 3, Secure Infrastructure Integration. This is where we separate the AI control plane from the infrastructure itself.
This is exactly how Operator Plus balances the insane speed of AI with necessary enterprise paranoia. The architecture is physically split. The Operator Plus core, the AI control plane, utilizing Azure OpenAI, sits securely in the cloud. But your MCP servers, like an NTT lab running on VMware vSphere, stay entirely local. They just reach out securely over standard HTTPS on TCP port 443, so your sensitive infrastructure APIs are never exposed to the public internet, yet the AI can still deeply reason about your environment.
And check this out, 184. That is the massive number of validated integrations Operator Plus brings to the table right out of the box, from day one.
We're talking guaranteed integrations with the exact ecosystem your teams rely on every single day. Cisco Nexus, Nutanix, Microsoft Azure, VMware vSphere, Checkpoint, Palo Alto Networks, NetApp, the list goes on. Operator Plus natively speaks their language, so it can pull context from across your entire footprint without needing months of custom engineering just to make everything talk.
Okay, Section 4, Real-World Troubleshooting. Let's get out of the architecture diagrams and actually test this platform in action.
Imagine you're managing a complex network fabric, and the alert goes off. You ask Operator Plus a very specific, high-stress question. What happens if spine 1 goes down? Normally, mapping that failure domain is a frantic, manual nightmare. But Operator Plus instantly maps the blast radius, it provides fault correlation, assesses your redundancy posture, and maps out the exact expected path changes across the fabric in seconds. So instead of hours of dashboard hopping while everyone breathes down your neck, you get instant, total situational awareness.
Or, let's flip it to a proactive scenario. You ask, how much runway do I have before my Nutanix memory is absolutely full?
You don't just get a static graph back. The AI rapidly synthesizes the data to perform a complete investigation for you. It identifies hotspots by ranking hosts by pressure, forecasts the memory runway, and, crucially, pinpoints the specific offending VMs eating up that capacity. One question, and you get one complete correlated answer.
Now, for Section 5, Governance and Control. Because let's face it, moving at the speed of AI is terrifying if you don't have bulletproof security. Operator Plus relies on attribute-based access control, or ABAC. Before any action happens, a rigid policy engine evaluates exactly who the user is, what resource they're targeting, and the action they want to take. It strictly enforces least privilege. If the policy says no, the action dies right there.
This is the core of the human-in-the-loop philosophy. The AI is a brilliant assistant, not a rogue autonomous agent. It recommends the next step, sure, but every single action is policy-checked, human-approved, and fully auditable. You get the dizzying speed of AI, but with the total accountability your compliance team demands. Finally, Section 6, the path to efficiency. Let's look at how this transforms reactive firefighting into proactive orchestration.
The contrast here is literally night and day. Before Operator Plus, you're stuck in manual investigation, sifting through fragmented data with massive overhead, making decisions based on just fragments of the puzzle. But with Operator Plus, you get instant AI synthesis, guided actions, and human-led control. We are turning hours of grueling operational toil into seconds of resolution.
It all boils down to this: AI-powered clarity, human-powered action. Operator Plus lets your engineers get back to doing what they do best, making critical decisions, while the machine handles the heavy lifting of data correlation. So I'll leave you with this thought. If AI is finally ready to safely handle the operational noise, what impossible projects will your infrastructure team finally have the time to build? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you a fresh perspective on the true path to efficiency.